Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.
Now cast, I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back.
Here we go. What's going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. And we got a lot to talk about because all kinds of things happened over the weekend. Trump dropped a meme coin, then Melania, the president's wife, dropped a meme coin. It's been bananas. There has been volatility in the market. It has been absolutely nuts. Price action has gone all over the place. But when you break it down and you look at the charts, the craziest part of it is we already had those lines identified. So we'll break those out. We'll look at them today and, we'll kind of revisit where can we go from here. But I mean, we're seeing, $8,000-$9,000 days. It's like the good old days back when I got into crypto before, just seeing those crazy wicks. It is a lot of fun to trade. But that being said, I got to go ahead and bring up my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, my dude, FD White. Let's get it. You know it. What's up, dude? Uh-oh. You're muted.
There we go.
But
Can't
you know what I
complain,
got to
man.
do to you.
Uh-oh.
You know.
There we go.
Sorry. What's up, man?
All good, man. Just been a wild weekend, man. Wild.
Dude.
Today was wild too, man. We talked about coming in and having all this volatility, and it didn't disappoint. It hasn't disappointed thus far. So I think this is going to continue for the next couple days, and then we'll reassess. But like you said, man, the charts are giving us the plays, and if we can handle our emotions and handle our everything else, we'll see.
And here has probably been the biggest talk of the weekend. Let's not beat around the bush here. The President of the United States and the First Lady dropped meme coins. Like, that is absolutely wild. It's unheard of. We are living in a different time. And my friends, the conversation of adoption, just throw it on out. But now becomes the conversation, like, should the President of the United States be allowed to do this? And I would love to hear your thoughts, man. Like, is this something that the President of the United States should be dabbling in when he's getting inaugurated within 48 hours of dropping a meme token? Love to hear what you got to say about that.
I mean, my logical integrity self says no, but the degenerate, crypto bro, once you're in this space, man, it didn't surprise me. Nothing has been surprising me as of late, so I kind of played it. I woke up Saturday morning about 5:30 a.m. Quickly got on YouTube, made a video. We were up at about 26, 27 bucks. I said, if it comes back down to 19, everybody get in. On my Saturday video, it came back to 19. We got in, and then we got, I told people to take some off the table. So hopefully you guys took some off the table, because right now we're coming back down to that 618, but we'll talk about it, man. So if we hold this, as my guy Bill Noble says, it's not a bull run, or it's not a bullish chart unless you can buy a dip. So we'll see if this can hold. And I mean, it's crazy times, man. Late stage Roman Empire times. This is what I'm calling it, man. This is late stage Roman Empire time, man. This is something they would do back then, man. But it's crazy out there right now.
Yeah, it's wild, no doubt about it. Let's get over to the chat. Say what's up to our peeps that have been hanging out already. My dude Harp, he's in here. What is up, man? We got a big matchup going down. If you guys don't know, it is going to be the Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. It will be a rematch of 2 games we've had this season. I'm sorry, FD. Yep, earmuffs, bro. It is going to go down, though. But I don't know, man. It's going to be exciting. Saquon, he is a beast. He's really carried the team, honestly, on his back, especially the last game. There is no real arguing about that. But it was snowing, too, so the weather was kind of poop. It was kind of poop, not going to lie about that. But JD5, bro, he is the truth. There's no denying. No denying. All right. Let's keep it going. Trade Intuition, what's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you. Bingo, bango up in here in the chat. And I'm seeing some rib chat. If y'all don't know, now you know. Go ahead and ask username and heart, man. They got that thing flowing, but ribs it up. Let me see those things. All right. Going down here, username. Commanders still suck. Yeah, he's a Detroit fan too, I think. So, sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm happy. It's been a long time coming, though. It's been in Detroit too, to be honest. Like, they had some hard times for a long time, but you guys have been pretty good over the past few seasons. You've been very competitive, and you had an opportunity last year as well. I think you should have won that game. Honestly, y'all jumped out on 49ers, but this is not a sports talk radio or podcast. Let's keep it going here. Jay Violet, what is up with you? How you doing? Rolling down a little bit. Pennywise, what is up? Dropping the emojis. Good to see you. Financial Future, just dropping by briefly to show some love. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Say it was good chatting with you today. There you go. Is that one of your peeps?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Right on, because I didn't chat with anyone today. I was sleeping. Hey, Diggity. No doubt. What's up, bro? Good to see you in the chat. Rolling down a little bit more. Sorry if I miss any good chat in here. Who else we got? We got all set. We got Crypto Chef smashing the likes. Let's go. All right. Here we go. I think I got everybody in the chat. Let's go ahead and start kicking this party off. First up, we got your guys' favorite segment here. It is going to be the Daily Degen. All right, so the Daily Degen, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, what we do is we give you the opportunity in the chat. We put out a poll here. Right now, it is 64% long. All right, we put out a poll and we give you the opportunity to vote on a long position. It's very small capital. I don't use very much, but we go 50x. So we go large. It's all about seeing the percentage there at the end. You guys are absolutely rushing it, though. I think you have surely won way more than you have lost, but we have seen some liquidations, and that's the game you play, though. That is the game you play with leverage, but we try to get out when we see those nice returns. So that being said, we are 64%. Let's go down to the chat. I want you guys to go ahead and drop something in the chat for us so we can put in a long position, because it doesn't look like the Bears are going to win this fight here. So there's only 14 votes going on, 64-36. There is no way you're catching up. So drop something in the chat here. Let me know what you guys want me to take a position on. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. And that is the beauty of the daily degen. So let's get it. I'm waiting on you. Waiting on you in the chat. Let's go. Come on. Full send. If not, I'll play Trump. That is down 32%.
I think this is a good long area right here.
For Trump, yeah, it's got to happen in 45 minutes. Yeah, actually. You see this right here, the price action over here to the left?
It would have been a better entry probably a couple of dollars ago, but...
My audio is skipping. Let me check out. I got a bunch of got like noise removals and all kinds of stuff on. Let me take a look at that and see if there's something I can adjust. I cannot adjust the noise removal right now, so I am not sure. Does it sound like I'm skipping to you at all?
No, I don't hear it.
Okay. It might be you. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Anyone else if it sounds like I'm skipping. But that being said,
you are frozen right now though.
Oh dang.
So it might be you.
Is the audio frozen?
Nope, just your video on my end.
Okay. Well, you know what? Everything else seems to be working. Let's go ahead and push. Let's go ahead and push. All right. At least it's not like the worst still picture of me of all time. So I can roll with this. All right, let's go ahead. I didn't see anything in the chat, man. The chat just like all of a sudden died too. I don't know if that's me or the case may be.
Go on the
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that long position on Trump. Let's do that. Get that out of the way here. Let's see, 50x. I won't even let me do 50x. We only can do 25 on Trump. Because all right, it's only a couple bucks. Let's have some fun here. Long it is. Boom. Chat's alive. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate that, Kelly L. All right, cool. We got a long in on Trump. That is totally up to you guys. You guys chose that. You are 67% long. So we will come back and revisit that by the end of the show here. Let's go ahead and get into the news articles, and hopefully I will get unfrozen. Maybe I can restart my my camera or something here. But let's go ahead and get over to the first article. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try restarting my camera real quick. Let's see if that works. Actually, let me see if I go duo. Oh, I'm frozen there too.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like you just lost the trade. Like, what the?
What's that?
No, I'm saying your facial expression is like.
I was like, I lost already. It's like I didn't go 50x.
No, we're still in there. Yeah, we're still we're bouncing, getting a small little bounce.
Nice. Interesting. But something with my camera hub right now is just not cooperating. All right. Well, I might be the faceless man behind the camera today.
There you go.
Yeah. It's trying to come back, huh?
Yep, it's trying. There we go.
Are we back? We're back.
Yep, we're back.
All right. Let's go. Working through the issues live. I like it. All right, let's go over to the news. First thing we got up finally, SEC Chair Gary Gensler officially resigns. It is the moment we have been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, but we have been talking about it quite a bit. We knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time, not a matter of when at that point. So it's official. It's official. Time to celebrate. All right. Over to President Trump is expected to sign over 40 executive orders. How many of those do you think are going to be related to crypto? Now, that's kind of a hard question to ask. But what I will ask you, FD, is do you think that today he will sign any orders that will have a direct impact on crypto, like almost immediately? Like, do you think there's going to be like a shift in the market or some volatility that comes from some of these executive orders that he is going to sign into existence?
So I think he signed 8 already. I'm trying to find which
There you
8
go.
he signed. I think I was reading something. Maybe something has to do with sports betting. I don't know. Just don't quote me on
He
that.
does
So
like
I'm trying to,
sports.
yeah. So once I think he called it sports trading or something. So it's not trading.
Okay.
It's definitely gambling. But I'll definitely look it up while you do something else. But I think the strategic reserve is coming. I don't think they're gonna start. I don't know, man. Like my whole thesis of Q1 being some sort of a top, a short term top, or possibly a long term top, with him dropping this meme coin, it just goes to show how bullish he is on the space. Like, even though you might not like it or the integrity of it, or if you think a president or incoming president shouldn't do it, man, it's just like he's like, oh, he got a taste of the candy. Now he just, he's probably gonna regulate this for everybody, for all of us to win. So this is why I don't know, man. I really don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm in the space, and I'm glad I'm in the space at this time. I think this is the premier time to make as much money as you can in crypto with a president that's just as degenerate as us. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, man.
There you
Like,
go. We get
we'll see what
one
happens.
of us. One
Yeah,
of us.
yeah, definitely. So I think this is I think it's a good thing if you're in crypto and if you're into assets, if you think and things like that, because I don't think even if the economy starts to roll over or get a little bit worse, he's a businessman. He's all about making money. He's all about making the country look good. I think inflation is going to start going crazy, but these assets, crypto, oh my goodness, I think we're going to blast off. I'm not sure if we're going to get a major dip first, then blast off, but somewhere in between these next 2 to 4 years, or I'll probably say the next 6 months to the next 4 years, we're gonna blast off. I think we're gonna blast off. So, like I said, we may get some sort of correction in the stock market. I think the stock market probably has a little bit more leeway or a little bit more catalyst to roll over, and that's probably gonna just spill over to everything else. But then after that, I think the money printers are getting turned back on. I think he's gonna get Jerome Powell out of there. I'm giving Jerome Powell 9 months. He's gonna bring somebody into the Federal Reserve that listens and does whatever he wants. And I mean, we're gonna print baby print and drill baby drill. Like, it's gonna be a whole bunch of I'm trying to tell you, man, it's gonna be a golden era if you know how to take advantage of this. And it's gonna be bad for the wealth gap. It's gonna widen. But we know what's gonna happen. And this is why I'm in crypto. I think this is gonna be a golden age for crypto.
Yeah, no doubt, man. This is, a lot of people are like, hey, you're early. And they've said that quite a bit. And I honestly believe that we were definitely early. Now, as retail starts to kind of flow in, like officially, right? I'm getting text messages right now while I'm live saying Trump coin question mark. Like, it's happening. All right, they're starting to come back. And so, but we've already been here. We've already kind of loaded up on some bags. We've kind of added to our bags. But the opportunity for growth is still there, right? Because we're now starting getting into that phase of, okay, now we're past adoption. We're past institutional investment. We're now entering that phase of, okay, here comes the regulation, right? So now it's becoming mainstream, okay? And when you become mainstream, that is when money really starts to flow in because people aren't scared anymore, all right? Because people were thinking about FTX. They were thinking about, the volatility with the bear market where Bitcoin's sitting at $16,000. Well, we see where it's at now, baby. That's a hell of a play if you would have caught that. right? But I agree with you. I'm in agreement. Like it is an opportunity. We at least have, I'd say a 4-year window with a lot of opportunity in that. So yeah, man, I'm on board.
I do have one more thing to say though, TradeFly. So a lot of people, a lot of people though, like so Trump coin right now is at what 34. Though we got to bounce, so we should be up. We're at $34 right now, a little bit over 34. So what happened? We should
Yeah,
be up a lot.
yeah, it's up 100%.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. So we're getting a nice bounce right now. I feel like we should hold this at least. What's that first wick to the left at the top?
Uh,
Right there. Go down.
what are you talking about? Are you talking about this? This is the VWAP.
Down. Oh, we passed that wick. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's 34. So we might be hitting.
I think I'm gonna. I mean, it's probably not a wise move, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this.
We're up 14%.
Yeah. 118.
We might have to do two daily DGNs today. That was a good one. We might have to get back.
That was a crazy one.
Now we're coming down. That was a
Look
good
at that. Look at that. 120%, ladies and gentlemen, and that happened in what, 15 minutes? 10 minutes?
If that.
Wild. There you go, man. There you go.
But I was saying though, so just think about the people. So when it comes to this coin and when it comes to adoption, I still don't think we're like majorly adopted. I think we're far away from that. I think like if we looked over the weekend, like the money that came into Trump coin was the money that people took out of other altcoins and then put into Trump coin. It was just like, it wasn't really not too much new mass adoption. I think everybody knows about crypto now, if you want to say it like that, but still, like, I don't think people still don't know how to use Phantom. People still was asking me how to buy Solana when the meme coin craze was going on. Like people was asking me how to buy meme coin. I don't think we're at that adoption phase where people are using it. They know about it, but a lot of people bought the top of Trump and they're probably down 50, 60%, So
Yeah.
that taste, you have to have a stomach for crypto. People are probably panic selling right now and people, a lot of things. So that adoption could leave a bad taste in people's mouth. So it just depends on when you got in, how you got in. Because some people come into crypto, get wrecked, sell too early, and then they have a bad taste. They say they'll never come back. So it really just depends, man. It's a lot going on. We could talk about this all night because there's so many different perspectives that you can come up with this topic, man. But we have an advantage. Everybody who's in crypto right now has an advantage because we know how to maneuver. We know how to hopefully manage our emotions and go through these ups and downs and these ebbs and these flows. While the newer people coming in, they don't understand. They don't understand. They heard about crypto. They know it goes up. They know it's volatile. But when in the heat of the moment, it's a whole different ball game. I remember. So we have an advantage being in crypto and just knowing how the cycles or knowing how these moves work. So I think I'm just glad I'm here right now and I know how to maneuver through this space. I think we have a huge advantage right now. So of course we can help people, but it's one of those things you have to get in and learn and get wrecked a few times and then go from there. So that's the thing.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's a paid education. There's no doubt about that. I've definitely, paid for my education a couple times myself, especially early on. And we've talked about those things. Like I definitely got wrecked a couple times. And there's no shame in it, like it hurt me. Like, and like, you get that pit in your stomach. You're like, wow, I just lost a lot of money. And like, how do I explain that? And that actually was motivation for me to like really learn and be like, okay, like, and then practice. Like, and I actually did a lot of paper trading when I first got started. Like I did a whole lot of paper trading. And even when I got comfortable with it, I was still very apprehensive with using real money. That has since faded, and I just willy-nilly throw stuff around like it ain't no big deal. But it took me a while to get there. But yeah, man, you gotta educate yourself, man. Protect your capital.
And lastly, before we move on, this is kind of becoming, and I'm not talking about trading in the sense of looking at charts and learning TA. I mean, that helps, but this is becoming a trader's market in the sense that nothing is like you go from one sector to another sector to another narrative to another narrative. So in actuality, you are trading You're just going off sentiment. And you're going off what's the new hot thing. Because a lot of people who've been holding coins, a lot of people in a lot of different sectors who've been holding coins, they haven't, the pumps haven't lived up to what they thought was going to happen. But it's been very concentrated. This has been the most concentrated cycle that I've seen, man. So we're going from one thing, AI, meme coins, Trump coin. Now where are we going? XRP, ISO 20022. Like it's very concentrated, and if you can stay ahead of that or stay with the the curbs, and then I think you'll do pretty well. But just got to know how to when to sell. You're not gonna catch the top.
Yeah. I had to turn that light down, man. That thing was blasting me. I had that thing on full brightness. But yeah, just going over the chat real quick. Want to say what's up to a couple people. One of my buddies is in here, Crypto Squid. He does have a YouTube channel. Check him out on X. He was trying to bring on a battle token. I'll see if that he's gonna start grinding on that again. But really good dude. Check him out. Much love to him. Thank you for being in the chat, brother. Kelly L. I stayed away from the Trump meme, but bought Milana or Melania. How do you even say her damn name? Melanie? Is it that simple? Melania? I know it's something crazy. At Bill on the way up and sold at 10 Bill. Got to get in and out. Yeah, no doubt. Like, and that's what we do. Like, you just saw that on the Daily DGen, right? So as we're going through this, I go back, I check, I look, and I'm like, oh dang, it's up 100%. Boop, let's take that profit. And I do that all the time. And I tell a lot of people, they're like, oh, you're gonna miss the big moves. I was like, yeah, I may never be rich, but I will make consistent gains. And I will nickel and dime it. And that's just, personally how I prefer to kind of play the game. But yeah, man, it's... What's up?
I've seen a good chat, something along the lines of what I've been saying. Pennywise says it's a P versus P market. So a player versus player market. It sucks, but someone has to lose. And you hit the nail right on the head. This is exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. A player versus player market. And
the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey,
yeah,
it rises to the top, baby.
Yeah, so that's a perfect rundown of what's going on right now. It does suck. Somebody has to lose. So
yeah,
it's like hot potato, or don't be caught with the potato when the music stops. It's basically what I think that's the game. I think that's the game how you play it, but that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So like I said, us being in crypto and us kind of knowing how this thing works, we have an added advantage. Like, okay, we're not going to be the ones, or musical chairs. That's better. We're going to be the ones in the chair when the music stops. So it does suck, but hey, my kids got to eat, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, so yeah, I was gonna definitely hit on that one as well. And then DB Cooper, does utility in crypto really matter? It just seems memes or themes are more important. I love this question, and this has actually come up quite a bit, I'd say, in conversations that I've been having with other content creators recently. And when I go to invest, when I'm going to go into something long term, I would prefer that if I'm using larger amounts of capital, then I would like something with utility, something that is tangible, something that can be used, something that has longevity, right? That's where I would allocate more of my portfolio into something like that, right? Now, the memes, like, it's good to get exposure. Is there an element of gambling? A little bit of it's higher risk, right? Like, you're kind of betting on something that's small cap. I won't say a penny stock, but kind of like a penny stock. That's kind of what you're doing. And there's a lot of speculation. The thing about this is we are way smarter on some of these communities and some of these projects and what has the capability of, making a move than we are, I would say, on penny stocks. Penny stocks kind of like a shot in the dark for, I would say, a lot of us, but we have so much content and so many good people out there that are giving you a lot of information that makes this, where you can kind of take an educated guess is what I'll say. Now, you can't prevent rugs. You never know. Like, when people have bad intentions, they have bad intentions. But there's ways to validate, the people that work for a project and to see like what their track record is. Like, there's some things you can do to kind of to help yourself along the way and not get burned, if that makes sense. But that's why, me and FD are like, hey, yeah, get exposure. That's okay. You can have exposure. You guys know me. I prefer that most of these altcoins do go away personally, But at the same time, it ain't gonna stop me from trying to make money on them either, because it's out there. And like there's a little element of gambling, but that's why I take a little bit or a lower portion of capital and I put into those trades. Like the Trump trade that I just made, you know, I used like $5. Like it was nothing. It's not a big deal. But that's trade what you're willing to lose. Like if I lose $5 tonight, I ain't gonna cry. You know, like it's gonna be okay. And so I'm willing to do that. So just kind of keep that mindset as you're getting into some of these riskier projects.
Okay, one more thing. It's just so much good alpha, or so many good comments in the chat tonight. I think this is going to be a chat heavy episode, man. DB Cooper, Crypto Squid, Pennywise, they're all username. Everybody's dropping good things. He's saying Crypto Squid said he doesn't think Trump will let his token fall. He's watching right now. If he signs something about crypto will rip hard. Yeah, so keep us posted over these next 30 minutes, but I'm sure we'll see the price rise, you know, if something does happen. But going back to utility, I think this is also a DB Cooper comment. He was saying, does utility matter? So signing all these executive orders and making all these regulations, they do have a DeFi thing. So I think DeFi, which does have a lot of utility, I think World Liberty Token or something like that, that's a DeFi play. So I think it's going to be favorable conditions for DeFi. DeFi is utility. So I think utility is going to start coming back. So once they do start wiggling these regulations and rules to benefit them, we need to have the foresight so it can benefit us as well. So once these things, regulations and all these things do come into play, I think utility will come will come to the forefront. But I think crypto is crypto, and with it being so many coins, over like 2.3 million coins, like I said, us being in crypto, we have an advantage because we know where to look. Other people coming in, they just like, where do I begin? So now that's where it comes down to the concentration and things like that. And we basically got the top of Trump coin on that short move. So congratulations to the chat, man. We quick 100% move, and we got out of there. Now we're dumping, trying to hold that 618 coming up at about $30. So we'll talk about that TA soon.
So
Owner Beach Crypto's in the building as well. What's up, LBC?
That's my dude. Good to see him. So what I'll say, why did I exit that trade? And like, it was a really quick analysis because we are on the 5-minute. But what I did very, very simply is look to the left and see this wick, and then I was like, okay, price is coming up here. So what is resistance right now? This was support. We actually just retested it. All right, so we got a flip. So what was support has now been flipped into resistance. But the problem is we were testing it. And when we were testing it, and I saw a little bit of a rejection right there, you got that first red candle. This, I think, is on the Heikinashi. It is. It's on. I think it's on. Maybe not. Let me double check. Look at the candle real quick. It's not. It's on the candles. It just looks. There it is. There's the Heikinashi. But yeah, man. So we were coming up and we were pressing up against an area. And so that to me was like, okay, that's probably a good little opportunity to just go ahead and close, see what happens, let it react with this area that you can see was actually support previously.
What indicator do you have up, TradeFly? Because I see a red arrow. I guess that's indicating that it's a
that's where you sold. So the green's where you bought, and then the red here on Blowfin, is where you sold. So it shows you. So that's kind of nice. Like you can go back and kind of track your entries and your exits for some of your trades. Yeah.
Such a quick amount of time. Yeah.
It is, but like now, like if you come here, let's bring up the RSI, right? This is really just kind of doing some on the fly, simple TA. Ain't no biggie. Let's have fun with it a little bit. But coming back and we're retesting an area that we saw support, right? So let's pull up, let's see the indicators on this. I think it's this one. I'm not as familiar with all the indicators on Blowfin. I know they have RSI though, no doubt about that. All right, let's save it, bring it up. So you are getting a little trend up and right for the RSI. So you see this kind of working its way up. See this second bounce here in the same area of price action. Look how the RSI is actually working its way up. Now this is on the 5-minute. To understand, like when you're looking at something on the 5-minute, like it's not as strong, right? But it could be like if you're really just flipping some quick trades here, Like there's no, especially if you're rolling the dice. If you're feeling froggy on scalping, so you could take like a long position here and then adjust it, bring this up just a little bit, get our risk to reward a little closer to.
Jay Violet says she's at work. She has to go back. Appreciate you stopping by, Jay Violet. Thank you very much.
There you go. So this would go back up. Yeah, appreciate you. Good seeing you in the chat. This would be a 3-to-1, right? So you could do a little something like that. Take a quick little play.
I want to see how that candle closes.
Yeah, that's basically it, right? This candle right here, if we can stay over top of this horizontal, yeah, that could be a quick little opportunity. Now this is scalping, okay? So again, do with what you want. Do what you want with it. But let's go ahead. We'll come back to this. But just kind of showing you kind of some thought process. All right, let's go ahead and bring up our dude, Sound the Siren. Mr. Elmer Fudd's got to come on and be part of this show, right? All right, sorry for the delay. I was actually doing some things on X and I forgot that when I was scrolling through, I had up one of the articles on there. So here you go. This kind of elaborates, and I had this up before the show, the volatility, right? So, Piper actually, he had a really, really good play on Trump, and he called me, I want to say it was like Sunday morning or something along those lines. Could have been Saturday morning. It was this weekend. And he was like, bro, he's like, you see my message? Or my ex. I was like, nah, man. And so he was like, yeah, I made a play on Trump. He's like, I'm out. And I was looking at it and I was like, dang. I said, so everyone's like getting hyped about this. I said, there's probably going to be a pullback. And there was like, I think there ended up at one point being a 50% pullback for Trump. And then it recovered. And then it went up again. And now it came back down again. So, from high to low, I think it was up as high as like $70 some or around there. And now we're sitting at, in the 30s again, right? So there's some crazy, crazy volatility here. Be very, very careful. And it's not really much FUD, we'll say. It's more of a cautionary, hey, like be very, very careful with this. Trump is very volatile and you can get, stopped out very quickly, especially if you're doing like high risk things like on the 5-minute, like we were looking at. You can get stopped out super quick or you could lose really quick, right? And then it's like you get stuck in these trades. And are you going to lather in? Are you going to lower your basis? Or are you just going to get out and accept the loss and then the thing recovers because there's so much volatility, which is a heartbreaker too, right? I've been there before where I get out of something. I'm like, all right, I'm going to cut my losses here. And then all of a sudden it bounces and you're like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me, and you see that all the time. It's like the minute people start giving up on something, it seems to bounce. It's hilarious. And XRP did that. Yeah. Like there's no doubt about it. I know a few people, that XRP exited their positions completely, right? FD stayed in his position. He did exit some, right? But he still stayed in, right? He kept exposure to XRP. So he had an opportunity to still realize those gains, which probably offset, the money that he actually took out. And I'm guessing you probably got gains on the money you did take out anyways. It just may not have been as much had you stayed in the XRP. But here nor there,
so
right?
I still got the XRP. I just, at the end, I sold 30% because I was just getting fed up.
Yeah.
If you watch my channel, man, I got like a whole playlist of XRP. I've been like XRP is going to the moon, XRP,
but like,
and it just didn't move.
You took a portion out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as I sold, man, it starts to pump. And then, just typical crypto. As soon as you say it was, so I credit myself to selling. Everybody needs to thank me for selling a little bit.
He was the market mover. There it is, man.
That pump, man. But with the Trump, this Trump thing is very good to scalp right now. This is a good coin to scalp. If you're a scalper, I think Crypto Squid was saying that he was scalping right now. This is a very good coin to scalp right now. The levels is respecting these levels very well, and it doesn't even have that much of a history. So that's why we do have to go to like the 5 or the 15 to get these moves. But this is a good. The volatility is there if you want it. If you know what to do, make sure we have a Blowfin link in the description below if you guys want to come down and trade for experienced traders only. but it's definitely one of those times that you can trade in crypto. And for the next, I got the next 4 to 6 weeks is going to be very, very whipsaw, and it's going to be a very, very good time if you can navigate through it. But I think it's
Yeah,
so
no
hard to
doubt.
call a top. Like I seen it, and then I said, okay, guys, 19. If we get to 19, that's my entry. We came down to 19, and then we kept going up, and we're like, I'm looking on X, and people's like, it's going to 1,000, it's going to 500, and it's going to 100, and it's just like it's so hard to gauge where this is going, and it still may not have topped. So it's
Yeah,
it- it's
it's
it's a headache right
it's
now, man.
dumping now. I
It's
can tell you that it just lost that level of support. So
So
it
we'll be looking at the $19-$20 area again. It's gonna, we'll be looking at that. If it loses this, I got a 618 I pulled from the bottom of the chart to the top, and my 618 is coming in at about $30. So if we lose this, hold this as support, I mean resistance. So I'll be looking at the 5 minute. We can go to the charts in a second, but
yeah.
this is what I'll be looking at, and then we'll see what happens. But it's I haven't seen Bitcoin move like this in a long time. $10,000 moves in a few hours,
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
come back.
wild. I was
It's
excited.
so yeah, it's wild times.
I was excited, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, you know who's in the chat though? Shout out Army Piper, our dude. He's in the chat, man. So if you guys don't know, he's on the morning show. They're doing big things over there. Numbers are looking good. Dude, he was holding it down solo last week though, man. He was grinding. But check him out, man. He gives you the alpha on this right here. My man is spun up on all things economics. Check out the economic calendar here as well. We did have Inauguration Day, and Friday, January 24th, you have the existing home sales coming up. You got durable goods on the 28th. Fed interest rate decision and Fed press conference is going to go on the 29th. You got GDP growth rate on the 30th, and then core PCE price index month over month, personal income month over month, personal spending month over month. All that is going to go on the 31st. So we do have some very big drops of data, we'll say. All right, so be ready for that. Be careful. There could be volatility on those days, and it's going to have an impact. It's going to have an impact on which way some of this price action goes. But I'll say one thing that Kabisi Letter has been saying quite a bit recently. This is probably the most resilient market we have seen in quite some time, because the data should be driving the price action one way, and the price action is saying, we're going to keep going up and right. And it is wild to see. So again, kind of like we've been saying, exciting times ahead. Let's go over to the total market cap, which is currently sitting at 3.52 trillion. That's up 0.59%. 24-hour trading volume is at 153 billion, down 2.42%. Bitcoin dominance is at 56.39%, decrease of 0.21%. Consumer Greed Index currently sitting at 57. Over the crypto bubbles, looky there. Trump is down 36.2%. That was up 500% last time we looked at it. It was bananas. Barcoin is down 20.1%. Some of your big movers on the positive side is Ray, Mantle, LDO, Aave. Algo's looking at 7.5%. Algo's been moving too. I've been keeping an eye on Algo. I have seen some pretty big moves out of Algo. I know there's a couple happy people out there for Algo. Hex is up 12.3%. Don't know why. I think they're like looking for him for fraud or something like that. But here nor there. What else we got? This Flare. Flare's up 9.9%. So there you go. You do have some movers. Not a lot of huge names. I think the larger caps are a little bit more subdued right now, not moving too much. Solana's down 4.2%. Not surprising at all to see that. I wouldn't freak out because it had an exponential move up and right. XRP is up 3.8%. Let's see who else we got in here. Projector's up 4.6%. Sui's down 2.8%. Ondo's down 5.2%. That had a pretty big move up and right as well. So again, I mean, a lot of these are kind of bumping its head. People are taking profits. You're hitting areas of resistance, yada, yada, yada. It's not super surprising to see some of them, cool off a little bit. That happens. All right, let's go over to the liquidation heat map. You guys know I love this chart. Let's go ahead and refresh it here. I want to have the most up to date data. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look here, and you can see hottest spot on the map right now is not at 9,400, and we are trending down and right. Guess what? I'm betting they're going to go after that capital. Why? Because look, there's not much liquidity up here, and the price action is already working its way down and right. It's a nice move down, and yeah, I think this liquidity, it just makes too much sense. So, one thing I'm going to try this today. Watch, this is going to be the time I get burned. You guys are going to laugh at me. I'm going to get burned on it, but I'm going to do it. Actually, let's go back to that real quick. I'm going to trade the liquidation heat map. Liquidity is at 99.4, 99.250. Still kind of see this 99.2. Let's go 99.2. See what happens here. This is a shot in the dark. I'm having a little fun. It's a DGen moment, so don't judge me on this. This is not even getting into TA. This is just me trading the liquidation heat map. Let's go 5x, because I'm just doing something. Having a little fun here. Go put $100 on that. Well, so 5x. I'll probably need a little more than 100. Let's go 500, because that's about $100. There you go. 5x short. And then what we'll do, we got the market in. Let's go down to that position and we will set a limit.
We're at an indecision moment right now. I'm looking at the hourly time frame for Bitcoin. The candle is just an indecision candle. So depending on if we lose this level, man, I can see probably somewhere like you said in the low 99s possibly. But I'm trying to see how this hourly candle with the traders, how the market wants to move. Let me see. We do have some wicks down at about 99.4.
I was like, where's
the
damn
Where you
thing at?
setting yours? Your entry?
I took it to market right now, and it wasn't based on anything I'm seeing on the charts. Literally based on where's liquidity sitting. So I can't tell you how many times I've seen a trend go in a certain direction, and I saw the hotspot on the map, and I'm like, it's going to go get that liquidity. So why not just take a trade on it? Like, if I think it's going to go get that liquidity, yeah.
So when you're using a liquidity heat map, because I look at it sometimes, especially when we do our shows, it's definitely on my radar. I don't have to look at it because you go over it so thoroughly. Do you ever see, or I can just easily backtest this, or do you ever see like a lot of like swing failure patterns below that liquidity, or does it usually?
Yes.
Or a lot of times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually, I look for that a lot. So I kind of tie that into the analysis, right? So one of the things you're tying in is support and resistance and liquidity, right? Or the retracement levels or something. There's usually something significant that is very close to those areas of liquidity. More times than not, you'll see that, right? So, but this is not a play on anything I see on the charts. This is literally me taking a different approach and taking all right, I think that we chase liquidity. I say that over and over again. Let's start putting some money on the fact that I will say 60-70% of the time, it feels like price action chases liquidity. So if statistically, if I think that we're in that area of, that high of a percentage, why would I not take trades on it? Yeah. So
Andrea,
I'm gonna try it out.
Andrea is saying, why are we trading the heat map? So basically, from what I gather, it's basically like market makers they want to make as much money as possible. So if it's some liquidity that, a lot of trades, a lot of buy orders and a lot of sell orders are at some price point, that liquidity or that heat map will show, it'll be a little lighter depending on how you have that in. So they're going to come and get that liquidity, grab that liquidity so that they can, these market makers are basically the liquidity hunters that Army Piper is talking about. So this is how they make money. Of course, they make money on fees. They make money when you get liquidated. They make money when, just a few different ways, but liquidity is king. That's what rules everything. So these market makers are the ones that are trying to get as much money or as much liquidity. So if it's some liquidity left below us or liquidity above us, a lot of times they're going to go and grab that.
So here we go. Let's like kind of add on this, right? One, I think it's probably going to be a little hard to get under this trend line, but here nor there. And you have the 200. This is on the 1 hour. But what I do see, right, this is what I'm saying, there's always usually something near the liquidity at 98.5, right? We got the point of control.
Yep.
So it would make a lot of sense because you're thinking 99.2 is right here. really the liquidity starts at about, I say 9. Actually, I need to put my take profit not under it because I'm shorting. So I actually need to raise that up. Now that I'm thinking about it, what happens when you do public math, right? I need to put it on top of the liquidity. So let's revisit. What do we say? 99.5.
Yeah.
Is that already? There
So
we go.
I got the 50-day, and I also have my 20-day modified moving average coming in at about 98,500. And
I
I
need to
love
do-
that 20-day.
Okay. Yeah, I need to do 99,550 then. Is what I need to do. Not 99.2. I'm thinking the wrong way. All right, so there you go. So that's in.
Andrea also, she said, how many indicators do you typically use when trading other than this one? So me personally, I'm pretty strictly price action, and then I'll probably use. It just depends on the market conditions as well. But I've been using the 20-day modified moving average for confluence for my support and resistance. I'll use RSI divergences at support or resistance, bullish divergence at support, bearish at resistance. What else do I use? Sometimes in a bull run, in a raging bull run, I'll use patterns. I really don't use that many patterns in a bear market. Bearish patterns, some bearish patterns, but I don't really use too many indicators. But from what I've seen, like Chart Prime, if you know how to use Chart Prime, this is probably like the best one. And also Market Cipher is pretty good with the variation or the fake ones out there if you want to use those. But I think if you can use like just the free ones like RSI, and they just really for confluence. If you can master price action and know where liquidity is and things like that, you can do fairly well with just a reasonable amount of risk management. But
Yeah, that's the key.
It depends on the trader. Yeah.
That's the key right there is risk management. I think that a lot of people can be profitable if they were just to practice risk management and not get upside down in some of these trades. Like you can lose a lot of trades and win few and still be profitable. Like that's when you're starting to look at like 3-to-1, like risk to rewards, yada, yada, yada. Or some people like they keep going until they get that big hit, right? And then it kind of wipes out all of the small, losses or when they got stopped out of positions. But for me, I would say in terms of indicators, I do love Chart Prime, and I love that adding to Confluence. It does do a great job of like giving you patterns. It will literally draw the patterns on the chart for you. It's really good on the 4-hour. It's really good on the 1 day. It's phenomenal on the weekly. If you're taking big swing trades, I've noticed that these patterns on the weekly are insane. When it has a breakout on the weekly, it hits, and it hits big. But again, that's something that you have to pay for. In terms of free to use RSI based indicators like Chart Prime's Prime Oscillator. Is it what is not the Prime Oscillator? It is the RSI Primed, I believe. It's RSI Prime. That's a free one that you can use, and I would highly recommend that you guys, at a minimum, use that. And what that'll do is show you when you're getting these hits, like if you're retesting areas of resistance, check this out. Check this out. This is case in point right here. Okay, price action going up, RSI going down. What is that? Is bearish divergence. Okay, very simple. It's a very, very simple TA, thing that most, I won't say most traders, a lot of traders use. Okay, and then you get a bearish engulfing candlestick on top of it on the 4-hour, right? So like here you are getting two things lining up, and you have confluence with an area of resistance. So this is how you kind of start tying everything in. Not using maybe just one indicator to trade on. It's saying, okay, I have 3 different things now telling me that there's an opportunity here for price action to reverse. And you had a trend line, you had a horizontal level of resistance, right? And that all kind of lined up. Actually, this is the trend line too. This one dated back really, really far. I think it was like 2019 or something. But there was also a fib extension that lined up with this as well. I don't have that on my chart right now, but there was a lot of things that built up in this area saying, okay, there is an opportunity here for a rejection, right? And that's kind of what we're doing as swing traders or day traders, is we're finding things like that for an opportunity, and then we'll use risk management, right? Well, one of the things that is kind of tough with this is that, this is an all-time high. Funny that people really haven't been talking much about it, but this is an all-time high. So where would you necessarily put your stop loss over that? A lot of times I prefer to have like a swing fail pattern. All right. So you'll see something like this where you get a nice wick. All right. And that wick comes down underneath of an area of support, right here, value area high. Go ahead and open that up a little bit. You get this wick down here, clearing out liquidity. So right here, if we were to go back on the liquidation heat map, what you would see is that there's probably liquidity in this area. It goes down, it grabs that liquidity, and then it reestablishes the range, or it finds support in this case, right? It kind of reestablishes the range. It gets back up in there and it leaves that wick down there, but that means it just cleared out this liquidity. So that is a swing failure pattern, right? And then you get your next candle here is showing you, okay, this is, I'm not going to say it's bullish, but it is now a green candle in essence. It would be green on your chart. Right? So now it's like, okay, now we have this opportunity. We can see there's obvious buying pressure based on that wick. Liquidity has been cleared out. We have area of support. We have, a lot of things lining up in confluence, and that's without even using an indicator. All right. So this here is something that would be interesting for a long position as well. And that doesn't even use any indicators. It's purely price action and using trend lines and horizontals on the chart, and a liquidation heat map a little bit if you want. I'm a big proponent of that. I think it's one of the best things you can use personally, is the liquidation heat map. I've been trying to find a way to get the liquidation heat map onto TradingView, but apparently they can't do that anymore. They used to be able to do it, but they're unable to now bring that data from external sites in to TradingView now. So if someone could do that, if someone were to figure that out, I would probably pay for it to clean up my setup here, so that I could have everything. I like a one-stop shop personally. When I'm looking at things, I like to have everything available and not be clicking all over the place. But here or there.
So
hopefully, yeah. What do you got? What do you got? Yeah, add on.
So 2 more questions.
Okay.
So DB Cooper, he said, "Do you always look at the 3-day heat map?" I think that's what it starts on. Doesn't it start on the 3-day, and then
It defaults. Yeah.
It defaults to the 3-day. Yeah.
It defaults to the
So I
3-day.
usually go to the weekly.
Yeah, I don't always look at the 3-day for the show, timing, or things of that nature. I do find that the 3-day plays out really well. That's why I've kind of left it on the default, and I'm sure they know that, and that's probably why they leave it on as a default. But I mean, look at the other options that you have. But why do they choose this one, which is in the middle of other time frames, right? So for me, it's probably saying they probably know that this one hits more times than the other ones, and that's why they make it the default, because they want you to use it. They want you to come back, right? The more times that people visit this website, the more interest they get in CoinInc, and the more people that they get that are actually putting money into coininc.com and buying some of their more premium content. But I will say, always make sure that you go to the 3-month, the 1 month, and things like that, and then you zoom out, because my biggest play this year, and we've talked about that many times, was actually on a zoomed out time frame using the liquidation heat map, and that's why I was so adamant of where I thought price action could go. Now you're seeing liquidity build up 88.7, and that actually, I think, is very close to the 382 on a macro time frame Fibonacci retracement, right? So now you have that tied into liquidity. Makes a lot of sense, right? You look here and look, there's nothing to chase up here. So why, yes, it can go up there, because if people keep buying Bitcoin and retail flows back in, you could then have a move based on people just purchasing Bitcoin and sentiment, right? But there's no liquidity for the maker to chase up here. So the incentive for them to drive the price action up here is damn near zero, right? Until liquidity builds up here, and they want to clear those positions out and collect that liquidity, right? That's the whole game that they play. So now, we're looking at hotspots on the map here. Look, you already see it, right? So So you understand like how it gets hot on the map right here. This is actually after this area of support. All right. So it gets this bounce right here. People get confident that you're going to see price action go up. Price action begins to move up. Liquidity starts flowing in because people are taking leveraged long positions, thinking that the price action is going to continue to go up. Maker says, no, no, my friend. No, it's not going to do that. We're going to come down and grab this liquidity right here, and then we'll make our move up. So they shake people out, they grab that liquidity, and then the price action continues in the direction of the trend. So that's why I love looking at the liquidation heat map, because it's getting you to think from a different perspective. It gets you to think from the maker's look at things, not from, us just finding trend lines and areas of support, because we get tied into that stuff as traders. We say, okay, well, there's a fib retracement here. There's a horizontal here. There's all this confluence right here at this level, this key level at, what is this at? 90,400. 90,400. All right. We get this move down. It comes down. We're going to find support here. It's got to bounce. We'll have a stop loss right here underneath, right? We'll have our stop loss underneath of this wick because we know this is the lowest that it went. No. Now, they're smarter than that, right? They know that you're putting your stop loss there. They know that you're taking your leverage positions, people that are taking high leverage and putting it in this area and saying, okay, we're going all in on this. And they're like, no, we're going to grab this real quick. Then we'll make our move. And that's kind of a little shakeout, come down, clear that liquidity, and then that move up, right? And then they get busted, right? And then they come in and they're like, all right, I'm going to take a short position. And this is on 3 month, right? So when you're looking at this, like there's still liquidity. You're hundreds of millions of dollars right here in this lighter pink regions. And they're just like, okay, well, look, there's nothing here for the maker to grab. So we're going to take out this short. Nothing here for the maker to grab. We're going to take out these shorts. Nothing here for the maker to grab. We're going to take out these shorts. Nothing here for the maker to grab. Okay, well, let's reverse the trend. Now, this is where you could find consolidation. And they got to figure out where's the money going to go? Are people going to come in with shorts, or people are going to come in with long positions? It's kind of this now battle of bulls and bears on a macro time frame to see, if we're going to actually come back down here and try to grab this liquidity that's now building up after this area of support, or this bounce that we got, right? Remember, because look, again, if you're looking at this, let me try to see if I can make this bigger for you.
I'm going to answer this really quick question by Andrea. She said, is the wick included in a bearish engulfing candle or just the body? So it's the body. The body has to engulf the other candle. So
yeah,
you don't have to look at the wicks when it comes to engulfing candle patterns, things like that. Just the body. Usually a pretty big body candle.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys can necessarily see it. I'm trying to make it. This is a little bit fickle when I'm just scrolling my mouse to zoom in. But what I want you to pay attention to, because nobody talks about this when they look at these liquidation heat maps. They're just like, here's liquidity. Cool. That's your hotspot on the map. And, I'm going to call them knockoff TradeFlies. But what's happening here is look right here. Look at this change in color. All right. So this is showing you that this liquidity is coming in after this candle. All right. So this is new liquidity. This is building up after the candle. That's why you see kind of right here, it's dark. And then you see pinkish colors coming in right here. So that's all that new liquidity. People are taking long positions or putting their stop losses right here underneath of that area of support, right? So that's something you need to look for on the charts as well. But it just makes it a lot easier when you zoom out a little bit. Let me go ahead and reset this whole thing. Let's go back to the 3-day. There's a lot more that you can look at there. There you go. Oh, other thing I recommend doing too, if you guys are looking at that, you have this little tab all the way on the left. You can't see it on mine right now, but just to the left of this bar, there's a little tab, and there's there's a bunch of links over there on the left hand side. Just go ahead and hit this. There's a little tab, like a little box. Hit that, and that'll clear that out. Actually, open up the liquidation heat map for you, so you can see the whole map. It makes it a lot better. So again, let's look at this. So here you go. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. You see this right here? You see this wick? Buying pressure, right? Buying pressure comes in. People get excited. And they're like, okay, here comes the liquidity, right? Here comes, everyone taking long positions, based on that. And they're like, oh no, hold on, one more time. Let's come back down and grab this. Like you can see the change in color right just between these two sets right here, right? And why would you be interested in coming back down there and grabbing some of this liquidity? Because there's nothing here. There's nothing here to grab. So like, what's the interest in going up? So then we came up. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So as we go up, liquidity is building, right? It gets hotter and hotter. You see how it's a light pink, and then, or I guess it's a darker pink. It's a darker pink, and then it turns into a hot pink, getting hotter and hotter, right? Because people are getting more and more confident as price action is working its way to the right that we're not coming back down to this level, setting themselves up, right? Setting themselves up. So that's why I'm like, all right, well, let's just try this out. Like it's not a way that I typically trade, but I think it's worth trying out to see, and what I'll do is I'll start tracking it. I'll start taking like the trades and be like, okay, was this a win or was this a loss? And then you can start building, the statistics and be like, okay, is this an actual strategy that we can utilize together? And I think, I think it could be an opportunity. As much as I look at this map, I really think that there's an opportunity there to develop a strategy that is at least moderately successful. So let me go here. See the chat. TradeFly coin. There you go. Let's do it. My dude. Oh, that's Athos. That's my man. That's my dude. That's my dude, Chris. He's from the neighborhood. So it's cool, man. It's really cool having some friends pop in the chat. My boy Danny was in here, a couple days ago last week. That was cool to see. My boy Chris is in here. He's been like a day one. So Crypto Squid has been a day one, and Athos has been a day one. They've supported me since I started this whole adventure, man. So props. I appreciate y'all. All right, where did I see? I thought Chart Prime had a liquidity indicator. All right, they do, but that liquidity indicator, I talked to the individuals that actually designed the indicator. It's an algorithmic based liquidity indicator. Okay, so it's not actually taking into account the liquidity that is sitting on the exchanges like this is. Okay, so this chart that I'm showing you, this is pulling from the exchanges. The indicator that they have on TradingView, or Chart Prime has on TradingView, is not taking the liquidity from the exchanges. Okay, so that is algorithmically figuring it out based on price action. Okay, price action is now creating those spots on the map where liquidity should be sitting based on what's happening with price action, if that makes sense. So understand that, but that being said, it's still pretty good. If you go back and you look at it, it still works pretty well. So does the dynamic support and resistance zones. I did a video on that. I'm a big fan of that one as well. That one actually will kind of update as the chart moves along, and it will show you every time you touch those support and resistance levels. If you're like new and you're trying to find out where do I find support and resistance minus just looking at where the price action turned around, well, this will help you, right? This will help you build a little confluence of where you think you see those support and resistance levels, and it will show you can actually turn volume on. So this is a pretty cool thing that they do. It can turn volume on, and it will show you how much volume came in with that touch of support and resistance, which is like, that's awesome, right? That's very, very helpful, because you get down, there's a lot of support and resistance on charts. You could probably put support and resistance every $500 to $1,000 if you really wanted to, but is it key levels, right? And that's when I tell you guys, start looking for those areas where you see a retest with a breakdown or a move up and right. You build that in to the equation, and then you start seeing very clear areas of support and resistance that say, okay, this is the significant area of support and resistance because we've tested it 4 times. For example, let's go to the daily. I know this has turned more into a lesson than, where are we going with price action, but I think this is good. I think it's important that we learn some of these like fundamentals based on, where do we get, okay, look at this area, look at this area, look at this area real quick. But why are we looking at this area? Well, this is why we're looking at this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times we've tested this area of support. And what else was it back in the day? Let's go ahead and, you know, zoom out a little bit more, go to the weekly, right? Where
Trying to
else?
share your screen, TradeFly.
Oh, my bad. My B. All right, there we go. So this is what I'm talking about right here. The channel, you guys, you know, I've talked about the channel a lot on this channel, but it's hit on this channel 4 times already. There's no denying it at this point. This is a key level of support. There's no denying it. You cannot. Not only do you have a pattern, you also have price action honoring this area of support. So you know it is certified, a certified level, right? And even here, you got the swing failure pattern. This is what, you know, FD had mentioned earlier. Swing failure pattern right here. All right, it went down, it wicked below. It's like it fakes you out. You're like, oh, we're gonna drop. We're gonna drop. Well, there's liquidity down here to grab. So take that liquidity, and then if it comes back into the range, if it recovers before it even closes, then it's a swing failure pattern, and you've reestablished the range, and it's actually more likely to go up than it is down. You know, so that's the mind games that sometimes it feels like they play with you a little bit. But really, if you become educated, you recognize these things, and you're like, oh, this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to take a position. And you know, that's what I did personally, right? I took a nice, this was a high capital, we'll say low to medium, it depends on what you look at it, but I did 10x. So I made a $100,000 trade on this right here, because that was my confidence level. Once I saw where liquidity was sitting, once I saw the swing failure pattern, once I saw it reestablish the range, I'm like, I'm in on this, all right? And I knew it was a key level of support. So that's those things right there. But you come down and you're like, okay, well, let's look at this again. Like, how do we know this is key? You know, well, here you go. Here's the meeting of the channel. Again, resistance. Boom. All right, now you see price action take off. It moved through it with authority. And not only that, you had confluence with the previous all-time high, right? 2021. No, this actually... Oh, no, that was the recent one. So that was 2024. That was the 2024 high. I got to label that. That's your 2024 high. You move through it with authority, right? This thing just took off, right? So that's, again, if price action were to come back down, I'd be screaming about this area. The previous all-time high at about 73.8, 74K. I'd be screaming about it because it's already shown us that like it will act as resistance, and you can see the very important like keys here: resistance, and a big move through it. The other thing that I like looking for is when we retest these areas and we get like a breakdown, right? So let's move back left on the chart so we can see kind of what I'm talking about here. You already see it with these arrows. I've kind of left it up because I've talked about these things before, but really, really important to identify these, right? So you have the 2022 high. This is the 2022 high. But what is it doing, right? It's retesting an area of support. Look at when you draw the line, you start seeing, okay, very clear areas. This is a weekly, so it looks even more clear on the daily. But you can see it was support, right? You can see it's hanging out up here, falls down, it tests it, it ultimately breaks through, right? Breaks through, comes back down, and it tries to retest this area. Tries to act as support before it broke down with a true retest and a rejection off of that area, right? So it rejects off of that area and then boom, down and right. So what do we do? Like, how do we like build that into our analysis? Because we know this now, right? We have the 2022 high. We know this, and we're like, all right, how does this work out for us once we come and revisit? Look, check this out. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you want to leave these things on your chart sometimes too. So 2022 high, you'll see that up and left here. Once price action came all the way back up to retest it again, what happened? Rejection, right? So this is like when you get into that scalping intraday stuff, and it was a rejection of about 20%. Right? About 20% is how hard it rejected off of that area. So that's a great play, right? And this happened, you're on the weekly here, that's a few weeks time frame that played out. So even if we let's take it to a daily. All right. Go back. Here we go. weird. It was like stuck. Wasn't like unlatching there. All right, here you go. So like you came up, look at that. Very, very clear. Resistance, resistance. Try to wick up. There it is. The swing failure pattern, right? There you go. So again, same thing. This is what you're going to see. This is how you tie it all in together. Right here, you have a rejection, a rejection. What do you think is happening with liquidity right now when they see the rejection here in this area and it's close to the 2022 high? Let me know. Let me know in the chat what you think is happening right now. So now we're going to learn. All right, not seeing much in the chat. That's all right. I'm going to give you the answer. Liquidity is building up because people are now taking short positions. Liquidity is building up right here over the 2022 high, this area of resistance, and they're building in that buffer. They're building in the buffer, and they're like, okay, well, if we put it up, you know, what is this, another 5%, a couple percent? So, I mean, it's a couple percent. But I guarantee you there's liquidity sitting right here if you were to go back on a liquidation heat map. And what do? They come up, they grab that liquidity, retest that area, breakdown, right? So that lets me know 2022 high, important. So then we see how does it interact when it gets up there again, all right? And this is when you say, okay, we have a breakout with a retest, right? So we're always like, hey, look for a breakout with a retest. Look at this clean climb up. This is bullish AF, right? Just climbing in. This is very, very nice looking. All right, you see this? That's just beautiful. All right, because it's not straight up. It's just stair-stepping its way up. Stair-stepping its way up. Nice, right? You get up to the 2022 high. You feel pretty confident about that. But then what do you want to see? You want to flip what was resistance into support. We talk about this all the time. We want the OC retest. This is on the daily, so it'll probably look cleaner on the 4 hour. But here nor there, you can see it. It's clear as day. All right, so you come up on the 12th of February, and on the 13th of February, what do? OC retest. You retest, you confirm what was resistance is now support, entry. Right? So that's what you're looking for. And look, this is psychological here because people know. You get this buying pressure off of this area, you've confirmed that it is now support, it's been flipped, and then you get that bullish candle, right? And then we do it again. We break through an area, a key level. This is a trend line that dates way back. So get rid of that for you. You do it again. Like it's like a repeat. It's a recurring theme. We'll see retest again. Breakthrough, retest, off and up. All right, and you're gonna see it again. Like if I go to the price action that we just had here recently, FD, I'm sorry, man. I just like totally just rushed this whole episode. But
no, I'm learning too.
This is why I say we talked about it. What did I say here? Point of control. You want to see an OC retest. What do we get? OC retest. Up. Then right here, 1026. I gave you this level. Why? Because of this. It's very simple. I gave you this level. You want to flip what is resistance into support. You want to look for an OC retest and then continuation. Did it again. OC retest, moved up and right. Ultimately, it came back down, right? But then you have confluence here with these areas. Like it's not going to always be perfect. It's not going to always be perfect. But the move itself, if you were intraday or, you know, scalping, whatever, was this 4 hour? Yeah. So you'd be intraday or scalping, probably intraday. 3.4% move is nice, especially if you're using a little leverage. But all we did is come back down and clear out this liquidity. This right here, let's go back to it actually. Just in case in point here. Let's look at the 19th of January. Let's go to the liquidation heat map. I said 19 January, right? Go on the daily. All right, 19 January. Okay, I'm gonna have to stay on the 3 day. Cool. So here is the 19th. All right, so you can see where liquidity is starting to build up. So let's kind of roughly correlate that to price action. 19th February. And this is 4 hour. What happened on this drop? I'm trying to think if there's anything that, oh, that was in the morning, right? The morning. It had this drop and then it bounced like pretty quick. But let's see, 19th at 12 and so afternoon. Liquidation heat map. That's at 15:30. So as of 8 o'clock. Go to 8. Cool. So you got price action working up, liquidity building up down and right. All right. You got liquidity building up down here, and you're looking at 0.8. So this is the morning, right? So understand, draw a straight line, and you can see where liquidity is building up. Understand that there's liquidity up here too, but when you're like, hey, there's a hot spot right there, why didn't it go grab that? Well, that's because this liquidity came in after the rejection. So that's what you got to see. See how it's darker and then goes light? This liquidity came in after this rejection. So it went down, it grabbed this liquidity, and then it said, I almost cursed, hold my beer, right? We grabbed liquidity, and then we went and grabbed that hot spot on the map. We cleared out that liquidity. It's like a freaking game. It's like a game. They go up, not much up here to grab, works its way down. And now here we are trending down and right. And this is why I'm like, let me test this theory. Again, it's a theory. But let me test this theory. Let's see if we go grab this liquidity. So anyways, that's a huge, huge explanation. Hopefully that was useful for you, Andrea. Let me see what's in the chat. See what's in the chat. Bit Nuendo, what's up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you. It's BTC bouncing, guys. I think for this whole discussion, we would see down before up if it goes chases the liquidity. So you got a lot going on. There's a lot of support and resistance all in this area here. But I am looking forward to go chase some liquidity down around 99.5. But of course, you have the trend line, you got moving averages, you got the dynamic reactor, you got point of control, you got everything here to hold you up at about 99.8. Even got a horizontal down to 97. So you got a lot of support here. So like, I would not be surprised to see some price action that comes down, clears out liquidity, and then continues its way back up. There's a lot of bullish news out there. So, but again, I think it's a matter of just like waiting to see like where this liquidity starts building. Does it build to the top side of price action or the bottom side? And then, short term, I would kind of push, price action into that. All right, trade intuition. It would be easier to see TradeFly if you use the brush tool and draw on the screen, just my opinion. The brush tool, like the liquidity?
I think you started to use it once he said that you had started to use it. You were basically writing with the mouse.
Right on. Anyone else moving their mouse around the screen while he's showing this? Like I can control it or something? Fair enough. All right, man.
We did have a quick request. I just got it up really quick. I didn't do a really deep analysis. XCN.
Yeah.
So
you want to take a look at that?
Just really quick analysis of this XCN.
Send it.
But this is a bullish. I like this. I like this setup. Actually, this is a very bullish chart in my opinion. We did have a nice move up from some 0-0s, nice consolidation, came down, bull flag up. So it looks like we're probably might be repeating something from, like we did here, just a little bit bigger consolidation play. So we do have a major support and resistance level here coming in at about 0.18. We had resistance, but we got above it, support, came down, resistance, pop back up. Now we're trying to hold this level as support and we're flagging. So this is something that I like. We are also, so I use this 20-day modified moving average as well. So I'll be looking for a move and I'll be waiting though. I'm not sure if you're trading this or I'm not sure if you're, if this is something that you're holding long term, but if I was trading this, Possibly wait to come down a tad bit more to get a better optimal entry. But if not, I would just wait for a breakout somewhere around 1.3 possibly. Probably want to take out this wick here. So if we do get something to come back down, I would kind of want to wait to possibly take out some of these wicks here because we have it back here. We can even start this wick here, pull that here. So if we get back above here, I think this could start to move again. But I like this chart. Actually, thank you for putting this on my radar. XCN. So I like this chart. I think this is a bullish chart. We are coming down. I think depending on what Bitcoin does, we're not getting really big altcoin moves at the moment. I don't know what Bitcoin dominance is right now, but a lot of the liquidity has been sucked out. A lot of the liquidity is going to be in the concentrated coins, Trump coin, Bitcoin, and then we'll have to see how this week plays out. But this is a definitely a bullish chart as long as we're definitely holding this purple bar or this purple area here, and then holding this consolidation pattern. So in a bull run, I keep it very simple. Now, if we were in like a different type of environment, I would trade a little bit different. But right now, as we're in the bull run, I do like this setup, and I think I think it can blast up. And if you just take traditional TA and do a measured move really quick before we get out of here, let me see. This move could take you all the way up to about I can't see, about 0.018. So that'll be a nice little, that's a 37% move. So that'll be a good move if that does play out. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to look at this now. Thank you for this. I like this.
Yeah,
I like
so
this setup. It looks like it has explosive moves too. So it has explosive moves too. So I like that it has these type of moves. A lot of these coins have good setups, but they don't be explosive moves. I like to see explosive moves out of these patterns. So we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll come back to this if I'll be looking at this. I'll be looking for a breakout, possibly to take out these highs first, and then go long.
But one of the things I would say too is if you guys are looking at that, to build confluence there, right? Because all right, you're pushing past some price points. You could throw a fib extension on there and kind of align it with the measured move, right? So if you're trying to kind of nail down, where could this go? I mean, obviously it's speculation, but by putting a fib extension on there, you might find something that actually ends up lining up or pretty close to a measured move. And that just builds a little confluence, right? If you're looking for, hey, where could I potentially exit? That's just something for you to look at. What's up?
It would be at a fib extension of a 618, that move. If I pull it from here.
That's perfect.
So,
yep. Right?
So there we go.
So
yep.
I mean that's what I'm talking about. Those are the things that you can do to kind of give yourself that little advantage. Now, I would recommend, if that's going to be your out, that's where you plan to take an exit or take profit, be a little bit under that, right? Because a lot of times you're not the only one looking at the chart, right? There's a lot of people that do this, and they could be looking for that area as well. So try to beat them to the punch. That being said, let's go ahead and start wrapping this one up. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Go over there, smash that like, or boop it, as FD used to say. But show some love, man. We're taking some time out, trying to teach you guys, help you guys out, and hopefully we can kind of go through this whole adventure together, make some money together, right? That's kind of the name of the game. What we're trying to do over here. We appreciate you. FD, you got anything for the people on the way out?
No, man. My kids are starting to come down. They saying, "Daddy, what's going on? It's past." So we got the little munchkin here, man. He's
there. It is. I do. What's up?
All right. Yeah, man. So all right, well, that'll be done in a second. But nothing, man. We just it's that time to lock in. I think it's that time to lock in. I think February is going to be very bullish. The rest of January might be a little whipsaw action, but I do think we'll have some good moves. But the market is super concentrated right now, so make sure you are in the coins that are moving and taking profits, because they may not come back. Like a lot of these coins, like I'm looking at, somebody talked about PopCat earlier. That was my baby. We was calling PopCat early. PopCat's like I think at like 30 something cent or something, 40 cent. Go.
My bad. My
Oh
bad.
no, it's cool. Like gold, that was another one. Like these coins are down a lot, a lot. So this is one of the things that we talk about is these coins are not going up forever. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not like some of these, these top tier coins. These coins, they go up a lot and then they come down a lot. So take profits, and it's just gonna be I think it's gonna be exciting 4 to 6 weeks, and then we'll reassess after that.
Yeah, check this out. All right. And I know we were saying our goodbyes. Some of you probably already tuned out, but check this out, right? We were talking about this. We're looking at the 5 minute and we did a risk reward 3 to 1, right? We're looking at this. We're like, hey, where can we put the stop loss? Yada, yada, yada. We're at a horizontal level. What did it do? Came down. This is that, kind of the discussion we talked about. Grabs liquidity underneath of that area of support, right? Reestablishes the range. And then you could have gone long once it reestablished the range, right? So looking at that, you would have been just over, that area, but your out would have been right here, right? And so this move would have played out like on the channel. But that's, just something for you to look at, right? That's something we were kind of talking about earlier in the show. Just wanted to show that to you guys. That's a nice way that you guys can kind of take a conservative approach to some scalping. But again, yeah, I just want to show you that. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. Much love to you guys. I hope everyone has a great night. Stay safe, be safe. We'll see you again tomorrow. With that, we are out of here.
Welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rocking charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.